healthcare system now, when you're in the hospital, most often your primary care physician is not there and not even coming to visit you like in the old days.
That's right.
But instead you're getting assigned a hospitalist.
Yes.
Which creates, I understand the efficiencies, but it creates a lot of difficulty for the patient in coordinating understanding of your care.
Right.
So what's the best way to coordinate the hospitalist, your primary care physician, and whatever specialists you also have to be
Right.
sure you're being watched perfectly?
Well, it's important to have an advocate for you, whether that's a relative or a friend. If you can have someone to kind of be a coordinator for you, because let's face it, if you're ill, you're not on top of your game. So having an ally with you to communicate with all the people that are involved with your care is a big plus. The other thing is, once you see the hospitalist, ask the following questions. Will you be the hospitalist for my whole stay, or do you work just a shift? Or, what's the arrangement? Also, another question to ask is, how often do you communicate with my own doctor? Is it a daily thing? Is it done by email? Is it on the phone? Try to see how the path of coordination goes in terms of communication with your primary caretaker and the person taking care of you in the hospital.
So let me ask you a question about that. If the answer is, I really don't, or I'll send instructions when you check out,
Right.
can you ask them to coordinate? Because again, your primary care physician has all your history.
Right.
So it's so important.
Yes. I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask. I don't know you'll always get the answer yes, because the hospitalist may be too busy, but certainly there must be times in the hospital that the hospitalist isn't overwhelmed and has time to talk to your own doctor. And it's also helpful to have your doctor's phone number to give to the hospitalist so he or she doesn't have to go look it up.
Can you play your own middleman and contact your PCP in between, or your specialists? Again, sometimes it might be that you have to deal with a specialist.
Right.
And communicate what the hospitalist is telling you. Call your doctor,
Right.
assuming you have a good relationship with them.
Right.
Say, do you agree?
Yes.
Go back and forth that way to be able to be sure the hospitalist has all the information that they need.
You can, but
Right.
it can be frustrating
Right.
at times because A, you don't know if your own doctor is going to be receptive to that type of approach, and B, you don't know if your doctor is going to be able to have all the information at his or her fingertips to tell you, the answer
Right.
you want to know. So timing is important too.
Right. So it sounds like with the hospitalist, then it's on you or your advocate to do as much speaking up with them to give the full background about
Yes.
who you are. You may have come in there because you fell off a ladder, right? But for them to know that you're on blood pressure medication, or sometimes you've gotten woozy, whatever it is, some other extenuating circumstances
Yes.
that hospitalist may not know about.
Yes.
You need to really fill in all those blanks
You
with
do,
them.
but you need both tact
Yes.
and realize that, yes, the squeaky wheel does get the grease. So you have to play the balancing act. And being a hospital patient, you're not at your best. So that's why you need the help
Right.
of an advocate.
Right, but to speak up and get that information because
Yes.
it is so complex.
Yes.
All right, and then how about once you're out, once you're released from the hospital,
Yes.
what's the follow-up tactic in terms of being sure that you have all the information from the hospitalist
Right.
to your care?
Well, usually you get a discharge summary from the hospitalist or the hospital giving you all the instructions. And your doctor should receive a report of your hospitalization either through your electronic medical record, if it's synced in with the hospital, which it usually is, or by paper trail.
And is it a good idea to ask for a copy of your own records?
You usually get some of your records with you, laboratory x-ray tests that they give you so that you can take them to your doctor on your next visit.
But if they don't, ask.
Yes.
All right. Great advice. It's complicated.
It is very complicated.
All right. Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
If you like what you just saw, do me a favor, share it. The healthcare challenge is really a problem for all of us. And the more we can get this information out and get people taking better care of their health, the healthier we will all be. We have more videos with Dr. Sherer as well as his blog, What Your Doctor Isn't Telling You, at our website, bottomlineinc.com.